Fearless Disease.
Fearless Disease fam, today we expose the truth they hate to hear. Like right now, if you are ready. Very sad story out in Florida. Some gruesome action has happened between a young girl and two individuals. Let's go ahead and hear about this.
Listen to this. Two teenagers in Florida have been arrested and charged with first-degree premeditated murder in the fatal shooting of 14-year-old Danica Troy, which took place in a wooded area. Police also saying her remains were set on fire and believe the killing was the result of a fight between the victim and one of the suspects on social media. Danica's mom says the two boys lured her into the woods. Quote, Gabe pretended to have feelings for her. That's how she was lured. I still need answers. I'm just left asking why. She just wanted to be in love. Family therapy.
Very sad moment. These kids are taking social media to a whole nother level. As you hear, is a young lady that had a dispute with one of the gentlemen over online. So he used one of his friends to be able to lure in the young lady, like they were dating. They lured her in. They met at a place, and unfortunately, took her life and set her afire, which is very, very sad. The mother is very upset, as you see in her statement right here. Very, very sad times that we have now, especially with the emotions of teenagers and social media. It's a new era.
Therapist Tom Kirsting joins me now. Tom, my goodness. I mean, we wanted to have you on to help us digest this because this is every parent's worst nightmare on both sides, both victim and perpetrator. And generally speaking, because we don't know the dynamics of the families that these suspects were involved in, but how do two young people, two teenagers, how do they go from being young kids, innocent, to this act of violence that they're being accused of?
Well, almost inevitably, Carly, it is the family dynamics. We don't have the background yet, but I'm going to tell you what it is, right? Just some experience. So both of these young boys definitely have something known as conduct disorder. So if you're under the age of 18, that would be the diagnosis. For individuals over the age of 18, it's antisocial personality disorder. And people with these traits have violent tendencies, criminal-like behaviors, and inevitably come from a very dysfunctional household. So we're definitely going to hear more about the background of the household, but kids that are raised in a loving, caring environment often do not go down this path. And this is the extreme version, where they take this young lady, this young girl, into the woods and in a premeditated way and shoot her and then burn her alive.
Burn her.
Yeah, you're talking about two very, very disturbed individuals.
I mean, and you look at the images, they're mug shots. Interesting that they were released 14 and 16 years old. And you could see in their faces, they're children. I mean, they're babies, and they're being accused of committing this horrific act of violence. Have you ever heard of or seen anything like this before?
I have.
So this is a good point. He says sometimes kids in this age, like you heard, they're 14 and 16 years old. It is something this gruesome. And what he thinks and predicts is they have like an antisocial type of condition. And I think that's growing amongst our young kids nowadays because they're glued to here. What you're on right now, social media, they're on their phones, and they rarely get out and have more communication with other people. Makes them antisocial. If you're just talking to a robot or just reading comments all day, you're not actually talking to a person. You're just reading words and you're watching videos of other people, but you're not having that natural reaction with one-on-one with other people and being around other kids. Yes, they're in school, but there's a difference when you're in school and most of the time you're spending time with your teachers instead of with your friends, and then once you get home, you're right back on that social media. Or on the computer. Nowadays, I've even seen these kids, they don't even do regular tests and homework on paper. They're on the computer as well. So they're continuously on these computers, and after a while, it makes kids not sociable. So they watch video games, they watch different movies, everything like that. It's soaked into their brain where when it comes to violence or even hurting other people, they don't even know how it reacts in real life until they actually do it. And unfortunately, these kids may have suffered from that social type of anxiety, and they're not able to communicate as well. And they think everything's a video game. And unfortunately, these kids took a young lady's life.
Not to this level. It's certainly not common, like in my profession where you're dealing with this kind of stuff. But over my career, I have seen things like this. It's maybe the worst. And like, you know, you look at and they're showing the mug shots of teenagers, which is usually unusual. And The one kid, Gabriel, who's got like his eyebrows shaved.
Yeah.
I read another background part of the accomplice where when he came home, he told his mom, I was outside having a cigarette. Right, this is a 14-year-old. Oh, Mom, I'm outside having a cigarette.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you right there?
Yeah, right. That was his excuse for being out late at night. And one of the details that stood out to me in this case is that social media was involved. Apparently, this girl had a falling out with one of the suspects and on social media and insulted him, calling him worthless and a gangbanger. So what does that tell you there?
Yeah, well, social media, we've talked about this a million times. You know, social media is in the forefront of kids' minds. It's shaping them mentally and emotionally. Now, is it going to lead to this kind of activity? No. This kind of activity, this murder, definitely step number one is it goes right back on the foundation of this family. I already know. I don't know anything about it, but I do at the same time. But yes, social media will play a role, further fuel this disturbed individual's mind, his actions, and everything that he's done. And the result is we have a young 14-year-old beautiful girl that's not going to
I mean, she really should be the focus here, and she's gone, and her mom is left mourning, and it just breaks your heart to hear what she said about she just wanted to be in love.
Yeah.
You know, she got a message and said, oh, maybe one of these boys likes me, and we just had a social media falling out, and now she's gone forever, and her mom will forever miss her. When it comes to these two suspects, is there any reforming them? Should we be asking that question?
That's going to be difficult. I mean, they are young. I think they're going to be reformed in a prison, charged as adults, if you want my opinion on it. And they're also said in the story that they had some run-ins with the law. All right, I'd like to see what those run-ins were, because I guarantee that there were more than just run-ins, and there were many of them.
Yeah, so there's nature and nurture, and you're saying that nurture is a deep element when it comes to forming a child.
Without question. Yeah. I think in this situation, that's probably the biggest factor behind all of this.
It is so sad. And then you also think about the other case out of Florida with Anna Kepner and the 16-year-old stepbrother.
But you heard that? I mean, you could even have an argument and try to figure out why the young lady was so fascinated by this gentleman. She already in the past has spoke and made fun of him because he was, in quotes, a gangbanger. That's the words that she said that they pulled up from social media. So why in the end, if she knows that he's a gang member, why would she want to spend so much time with her? It's very sad. Maybe it goes into psychology. Of course, some women they love to go, I guess, for the bad boy and the bad guy, but she talks down on him. But she still wants to meet with him. And her mom said that she was just looking for love. She said that she found a guy online that she had liked, so she was gonna get to know him a little bit more. She spoke that to her mother. I'm sure she didn't talk about what type of boy this guy was. Not blaming the girl, but sometimes you look at all the aspects of this story and learn from it. So in the future, other parents can see the warning signs and help their kids pick wise. Very sad story. But smash the like, tap. The next video is going to be on the screen. Subscribe, hit that bell. The CashApp, FearlessDisease is in the description if you want to support the movement. See you on the next one. Stay rich and stay fearless.